Good morning, beloveds. I'm having one of those mornings. So it's rest day, so I turned my alarm off. Or I switched it to the 8 o'clock alarm. I was up before that. I was goofing off. And at 8 o'clock, my phone went, hey, you have a chiropractor's appointment at 8 o'clock. Oops. So I called Tom to find out where he was because he was taking care of the tires in the car. And he was fortunately pulling into the neighborhood. And then I called the chiropractor and went, and she says, no, you're good. Come on. I said, I'll see you in 10 minutes. So my hair did not get washed and won't get washed until I get home from work because I forgot I had an appointment this morning, but I got my adjustment. So, and tomorrow will probably be really early or really late. It depends on how the morning goes. If I get up and have time, I'm going to do it in the morning before we leave because we are going to go to Dickens on the Strand. This is what we do for my birthday, and my birthday happens to be tomorrow. So, yeah, we're going to go to Dickens on the Strand. So I'll either do this really early or really late. I'll either do it before we leave or after we leave. But it is December. It is December 1st. And our title is The Present Moment. And our author is Dorothy M. Pierson. And this is an excerpt from Keeping Close in Prayer from 2011. And she is from Unity. So, all right, the present moment. As we open our minds and hearts to the message of eternal life, we turn to our scriptures for confirmation. In the book of Isaiah, the prophet speaks to the magnitude of God's plan for all creation. Read these words with the eyes of your heart. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of earth. God will not grow tired or weary, and its understanding no one can fathom. It gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young people stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings as eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And that is Isaiah 40, 28 through 31. Somehow, as I read these words, I hear and feel the power of the Spirit that transcends the ages and feeds me in this moment as I view my life and my purpose. I have a word before me on my computer that reads, "This present moment is a bright and exciting place for me to be." That's an all in caps, by the way. I am confident that life is a moving process drawn by an external plan of God's good for everyone. We are created in the spirit of the living God in the universe of life that sings, renews, rebuilds, restores, heals, and in every wonderful way contributes to creation. We are meant to soar like eagles and be renewed in strength that runs and is not weary. We are meant to live fully in this moment, in this present time and place. We are spiritually the very essence of the Christ presence so clearly lived by Jesus. Over and over again we walk together in life's paths, for we have a destiny that knows no time or space. Let us keep close in prayer and love and let the moment wrap around us as we accept life's fullness. And the power of that, the real power of that, is absolutely the knowing that the strength and the power and the life and the love, it isn't coming from us. It's coming through us. And that's one of those kind of cornerstone teachings that New Thought is that's very important in New Thought. It's that the power isn't coming through us. When we try and do things with our own willpower, like when we try, I like to call it white knuckle. You know what I mean? It's when you're gripping so hard that your knuckles turn white. When we try and white knuckle through things, it's hard. It's very hard because we are trying to use our own internal resources. Well, here's the kind of the good news is that if what we are trying to do, if what we're working on is in alignment with good, and in alignment with God, then all of the strength and power that we need will come from God. We just have to be willing to be open to it and channel it through us. Now, it doesn't mean we don't need to rest. But it means that all of the strength that we need, all of the power that we need to get it done is available to us. And as long as we are open and willing to it, and then we channel it through us, and then we can do anything. I mean, anything. If it's in alignment with God, that power is available. And it's up to us to be open and willing. Too often, we try and white knuckle through things. And it's like, it's one of the things. Now, I was born here. I am American by birth. But one of the things that drives me crazy about this country is the rugged individualism. Yeah. And the reason is because there are so many things that we think that we have to handle on our own, and we don't. But because we have been taught this rugged individualism, we're not willing to ask for help. And we're not willing to ask for help from other people, which is kind of sad. But then we're also not willing to bother God with it. And I'm like, that's kind of literally the definition here. It's a reciprocal relationship between us and spirit. We are as was it Mary? I've already forgotten my, Dorothy. It was Dorothy. Dorothy. We've already, as Dorothy said, we are contributing to creation. Well, if we're contributing to creation, well, that's what God's all about, is creation. Why wouldn't God supply the power to help us contribute to creation? Well, God will, if we're willing to accept it. And that's just the thing. As I finally figured it out. Yeah, it's God knows what we need. Why doesn't God just give us what we need? Because if God just gave us what we need, we wouldn't accept it. So therefore, the reason why we have to ask for things is because the asking of things shows that we are willing to accept them. Hi, Gabby. And so that's that thing that drives me the craziest. It's like this rugged individualism. It's like we tend to white knuckle things that we don't have to because we're not willing to ask the source of our own being for the strength to do whatever it is that, and God gave us all of these gifts and talents and then is willing to provide the strength to do them, to use them. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I forget who I got it from because I didn't create it. The talents that we have are gifts from God. What we do with them is our gift back to God. And of course, God will provide all of the strength and the power and the energy and the love that we need to use those talents if we're willing to ask. So, and I will freely admit that part of my issue, again, with rugged individualism is I'm a minister. I'm a pastor. My job is community. My job is community. It is about supporting the community. And so, and it's my job to help the community support itself. So it's like rugged individualism doesn't support the community. It doesn't. And yes, there are absolutely times that we need that rugged individualism, because it's what gets it, but we don't have to do it all the time. And that's my thing. It's like, I don't want you to get rid of rugged individualism. What I want you to do is balance it with your sense of community and your sense of community with spirit, and be willing to ask for that which you need, both from your community and from the source of your own being. So, and I think that's what she's talking about. It's like, look, Isaiah said it. Everything that you need is available in God. Are you willing to, are you willing to ask for it? And then are you willing to accept it? And generally, if you're willing to ask for it, that signals your acceptance. And that's kind of how that goes. It's like, if you're willing to ask for it, then you're generally willing to accept it. If you're not even willing to ask for it, then you're definitely not willing to accept it. And the funny thing is when we're talking about God, that's not outside assistance. That is definitely internal assistance. That it's coming from within you. It's coming from the source of your own being, which is God. So it's kind of important to think about it that way. And then I want to reiterate her last line. We are spiritually the very essence of the Christ presence, so clearly lived by Jesus. And that's another thing that with New Thought, with Science of Mind, Unity, Divine Science, Christian Science, all of us recognize that the Christ consciousness is that. Jesus is the absolute best example of the Christ consciousness, but he came here to teach us how to do it. And so it's up to us to live that Christ consciousness that he came here to teach us how to do. We have wonderful examples of how he lived that consciousness. And it's up to us to do it. So, the thing that she has on her computer, this present moment is a bright and exciting place for me to be. Are we willing to look at it that way? Over and over again, we walk together on life's paths, for we have a destiny that knows no time or space. Let us keep close in prayer and love, and let the moment wrap around us as we accept life's fullness. You want a mission today? There it is. There it is, the very last line. To keep close in prayer, in love, and let the moment wrap around us and accept the fullness of life. That's the mission today, should we choose to accept it. By recognizing that the source of our own being is capable and willing to provide, it's up to us to be willing to accept. So, all right, beloved, that is the mission today. To accept the fullness of life. All right. Okay. The other mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. For me, it was going to the chiropractor today. I'm trying to go once a month just to kind of make sure that everything stays mostly in alignment, because I'm not, I got a curve in my spine, and going between the chiropractor and the trainer, they do me more good than, a lot. So, and that's what loving, kind, and compassionate looks like. It looks like self-care. That's why I also will call this the spiritual practice of self-care. And self-care is a spiritual practice. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You've got to take care of yourself first. Okay? Then, it's like on the airline when your oxygen mask drops, you put your oxygen mask on, then you help your neighbor. Self-care is like that. If you are going to live a life of service, you got to take care of yourself first. And then you'll have plenty of energy. Because when you take care of yourself first, then you are plugging into the source of your own being. You're plugging into that infinite source. All right? That's what self-care is about. So, plugging into that infinite source. It also looks like taking a deep breath before you speak. I'm real big on that right now. I remember when I heard my own self-talk, and that sent me to therapy, because I was like, this is not okay. And you'll never speak to anybody more than you speak to yourself. So why not make as much as possible that you say to yourself, loving, kind, and compassionate. And then there was somewhere else I was going and I just lost it. But, the rest of the suggestions. Take a walk, take a nap, take a break. Say no. And remember that no is a complete sentence, especially if it's something very draining for you. Say yes to something that pushes you a little out of your comfort zone. Eat dessert first, which by now means to not save the good stuff. To go ahead and stop waiting for a special occasion to eat fancy food or good food or wear fancy clothes or use all the fancy dishes. Make the occasion special. All right. Go ahead and make the ordinary extraordinary more often. I mean, if everything in your life was extraordinary, wouldn't that be a thing? And I don't think we'd get tired of it. I really don't. So, just a little more extraordinary. Doesn't have to be, wild parties all the time. None of us have got the energy for that. But, go ahead and use the good stuff. Burn those candles, write those notebooks, do all the stuff. So, all right. And then the last couple of years have been weird. And I just want to remind you that joy is a quality of God. Therefore, joy is a quality of you. So no matter what is going on in the world and no matter what is going on in your life, you deserve joy. So I'm asking you to make room for joy. Okay? No matter what is going on in your life or your world, you still deserve that joy. Please, 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 please make room for it. All right. There's more. What's the rest of it? Hang on. I'll get there. The rest of the suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you, unless today is your day of rest. We all need those. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is important. You saw I brought my water with me today. Your brain works better, your body works better, and your skin looks better when you're well hydrated. Get that early in your day bright light. So I got a little bit on my way to the chiropractor, but when I came back from the chiropractor, the sky was kind of uniform gray. Apparently we're up for more thunderstorms today. Yesterday it just kind of rained all day. It was never real interesting thunderstorms. I don't know what today is going to look like, but we'll see. We were 13 inches behind in July, so all of the rain that we can get will help us catch up. We definitely need it. I'm not going to tell the rain to go away. Now tomorrow, I don't want the rain because I'm going to be outside tomorrow, but the cloud cover's fine though. All right. Oh yeah, that was the 5 to 10 minutes of bright light. And if you're not getting the sunlight, then artificial light will help too. You need extra support, Google sun lamp or seasonal effect disorder light. Okay? I think it's a light bulb you can just screw into something you already have. Okay, deep breath, and I guess I'm on to my Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. It's kind of what Dorothy was talking about. Heaven isn't a place. Just like the Christ wasn't a person. It's a consciousness. The Christ consciousness, and it's a mindset. It's a heavenly mindset, a heavenly consciousness. And that's what we want to remember. Because when we recognize that it is a state of mind, a state of consciousness, and we learn to create that, then any place can become heaven. I mean, wouldn't you want most places that you are to be heaven? Well, there's a way to do it. Learn to create that heavenly mindset. And it starts by recognizing that it's all God. It starts by recognizing that it is all God. And recognizing that it's all made by God, and that we have the right to ask God. We have the right to go to God. We're never bothering God. We're never bothering God. And that goes a long way to creating that heavenly mindset. So, that's why we pray when things are good. We pray up. It's like things are fantastic and I'm happy and I'm grateful and I want to know that, and I'm grateful for that. So, and you can always take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice. Look for the good and praise it. That you want to change your mood. There are 3 documented by science: random acts of kindness, volunteer service, count your blessings. Look for the good and praise it. All right. I'm at the social media part. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I thoroughly encourage you to check them out. There are hours of content, especially on the YouTube channels. If you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contacts. 1 email a week, because it's a real person doing it and he doesn't have that kind of time. And that will get you, as I lose my train of thought, the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll either take you right to the information you want or the person that can help you get it. All right, I'm done. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a present day, a knowing who you are day, a recognizing your part in creation day, a creative day, a Friday, a welcome to December day, a go dance in the rain day, a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark, a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Part of what Dorothy was talking about today. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. Know the truth of your being. All right. Explore the truth of your being. Just peel back the layers of everything that you have been told by religion, by culture, by society, by gender normatives, by stereotypes, by archetypes, by people that know you, but by people that don't. Peel it all away and get to know who God knows you to be. Because I can promise you that the person God knows you to be is good. And probably pretty cool. So get to know that person. Get to know the source of your own being. All right, beloveds. I need to go do some stuff and go to work. So I'm going to remind you, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be on with you probably either really early or really late tomorrow. I don't know. It's my birthday. We'll see. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.